I just always want to be in her camp and support her. I have so much admiration for her, for what she has really not only just accomplished, but what she's handled in her young 24 years of life. I told her today, your 20s have been pretty good to you.
I would say so. Yeah, they've been transformative, I would say, to say the least. And Aliyah, it's been interesting watching her final season in college with you here at the desk, and then watching your relationship develop at the professional level.
Yeah, honestly, it has been so great. It's always so weird when you play against someone and then you are on the same team and building that relationship. But I think just over the past 2 years, it's been amazing. From the first time she got to Indy and us just building that relationship on the court.
Imagine this: Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston, the Indiana Fever's unstoppable core, staring down a schedule packed with pitfalls that could derail anyone, yet it might launch them straight into history. 3 brutal back-to-backs, a global showdown break, and a shot at gold together on Team USA. This isn't just a season. It's their moment to dominate. If you're fired up for women's basketball like I am, smash that like button right now and subscribe for more deep dives into the WNBA's biggest stories. Let's break it down. The Indiana Fever's 2026 slate dropped amid CBA talks, tentative but telling. It kicks off May 9th at home against the Dallas Wings, pitting the last 4 number 1 picks in a clash that screams fireworks. But zoom out and the real grit hits. 3 back-to-back sets, matching the max in the league alongside the Aces, Liberty, and Valkyries. That's July 8th to 9th on the road at LA Sparks, then Phoenix Mercury. No recovery jet lag.
Quite a relationship on the court and off the court. All those things, you know, it's really worked out for them. Back-to-back number 1 picks. You could say the Fever benefited from being bad because that was the case. But those two together, the foundation of the team. But not only do they have a chance to compete for a WNBA championship this year, but they should be teammates on Team USA. Both Clark and Aliyah Boston were part of the USA basketball camp in December. And one would assume they're both going to make the roster for the World Cup.
July 17th to 18th welcomes Seattle Storm and New York Liberty at Gainbridge. Then August 22nd to 23rd, away at New York and Chicago Sky right before the World Cup pause. Most teams dodge this grind, but the compressed calendar, thanks to that international break, ramps it up. Last year, the Fever pushed to semis without a fully healthy Clark. Now with her back, these doubleheaders test everything. Injury whispers already swirl around the Fever heading into 2026. Caitlin Clark sat out the late 2025 season with nagging wear and tear issues that coaches couldn't ignore. Her arm strained from endless logo threes, wrist tweaks from hard drives, and overall fatigue from a rookie year that never slowed.
And when you look at the WNBA schedule that was released, assuming a CBA gets done, this is interesting. They will go on a break from August 31st to September 16th for the World Cup, which will be played in Berlin. Teams will have a handful of games after that tournament finishes, with the playoffs set to begin on September 27th. So really, you know, you could have that break there that allows those 2 players and everybody else on the Team USA, of course, to go to the World Cup and compete for a gold medal. And, you know, Clark and Boston could be gold medal teammates, and it stands to reason they'll both be playing big minutes.
Aliyah Boston shouldered massive loads right alongside Kelsey Mitchell, playing every playoff minute while grabbing boards like her life depended on it. Back-to-back spike fatigue, tweaks, even worse. Science backs it fully. Studies show elite athletes need at least 48 to 72 hours rest between games to recover muscle fibers and joint stress. The NBA saw injury rates jump 20% in dense schedules, and WNBA data mirrors that, with stars like Aya Wilson pulling back. For the Fever, last year's semis exposed cracks. Clark limited to 30 minutes max, Boston logging 35+ nightly. Fans recall her quad strain against the Aces, how it hobbled the paint presence Indiana desperately needed. Mitchell carried scoring, but without full duo health, they fell short. Now 2026 amps the pressure. 3 back-to-backs mean no breathers, travel compounding jet lag, and sleep loss. Medical experts warn of cortisol spikes leading to weakened immunity and slow-healing micro-tears. Yet Clark trained through off-season, bulking core strength in Iowa gyms. Boston hit weights for durability, eyeing rebound chases without fallout. This isn't doom, it's a call to adapt.
And compete for a gold medal. And, you know, Clark and Boston could be gold medal teammates, and it stands to reason they'll both be playing big minutes for that team as well. And then you go back to the season. And so that like hype feeds in to the other, and you get the playoffs, and they push even further. So if the Fever make an extended run in the playoffs, it's a double whammy of sorts. And why do you say they're going to make the team? Well, we know what happened when Clark didn't make the Olympic team last time around. And, she's the best point guard in the world, so she should be on the team. But Sue Bird, who's the managing director of USA Basketball, also had good things to say about both players. I mean, this was back at...
Teams like the Sun with fewer doubles thrive on rest, but adversity builds champions. The Fever learned from 2025 shutdowns. Rotation depth with rookies like Cunningham adds buffer. If they dodge the iceberg, watch out. But hold on, the schedule's early stretch hides more traps. Those 3 back-to-backs define the Fever's grind like nothing else. First comes July 8th to 9th. Road at LA Sparks, then Phoenix Mercury, crossing 3 time zones with no recovery. LA's De'Erica Hamby waits to body Boston, while Phoenix's Alyssa Thomas pushes tempo to exhaust Clark. Jet lag hits hardest westbound. Sleep cycles shatter. Reaction times drop 10% per studies. Second set July 17th to 18th. Home versus Seattle Storm, then New York Liberty. Gainbridge sold out twice. Storm's Jewel Lloyd matches Clark's range. Liberty's Brianna Stewart towers over Boston. No practice between, just film and foam roll. Final duo August 22nd to 23rd. Away at New York Liberty again, then Chicago Sky. Post-New York fatigue into Angel Reese's home crowd? Brutal. Travel back east. Altitude shifts minimal, but cumulative toll mounts. League-wide, only Aces Liberty, Valkyries match this. Veteran squads built for it. Fever? Young legs, but in proven endurance. 2025 data showed their pace dipped 5% in second games of doubles. Coaches plan load management. Clark sits quarters early, Boston paces fouls. Off-season hires like new trainer from Lakers emphasize cryotherapy and hydration.
I could play basketball in a minute.
Yeah, I thought she looked great, right? I mean, here's a player that didn't get to play this summer, all in, didn't get to play a lot of basketball really in the last year plus. So for this to be the first day back, she looked great. The things that are going to be hard is always the conditioning part. It's really hard to get in basketball shape without playing basketball. So I'm sure that's going to, come as the camp comes. But she looks great regardless outside of that. And the other thing is like rhythm, right? You got to find your rhythm. And, I'm sure everybody saw that one step back in transition she had. So the rhythm looks great. But more than anything, you want all these players to just be around each other, right? Off the court, on the court.
Rivals smirk. Chicago's slate lighter, 2 fewer doubles. But this tests metal. History says survivors like 2023 Aces turned B2 BS into momentum. Fever fans pack arenas anyway, jerseys everywhere. Critics like ESPN's Rebecca Lobo call it unfair load for contenders. Fair point, but excuses don't win rings. Indiana eyes that edge. And speaking of starts, their opener eases in deceptively. The Fever start strong with 5 of 6 home openers, a luxury building early buzz. May 9th Kicks versus Dallas Wings. Clark versus Paige Buchers. Last 4 number 1s collide. Gainbridge erupts. Then Portland Fire expansion debut. New blood, hungry underdogs from the Northwest. Their rookie core challenges Boston's paint rule early. Golden State Valkyries follow. Dejounte Carrington leading a flashy squad blending vets and youth. Rare one-game LA Sparks trip May 13th breaks pattern. Fly out, play, fly back. Minimal rest before home Dallas rematch. Sparks push tempo with Rick Kia Jackson's speed testing Clark's conditioning. This homestand stacks wins. For straight possible, seeding locked. Fans chant Caitlin from tip-off, boosting adrenaline. But whispers grow. Early pace sets habits, overuse creeps.
So there's a few things that stood out to me about the Indiana Fever's schedule. One, they have extra back-to-backs, or not necessarily extra. There are other teams with as many, but more than most teams. 3 back-to-backs on the season, I believe, which sucks when you're trying to prevent injury and all that. But there's another quirk in the schedule that could lead to it being a season for the books, especially for the duo of Caitlin Clark and Aliyah Boston. Look, we know those two have quite a relationship on the court and off the court. All those things, it's really worked out for them back-to-back number 1.
2025 saw Clark average 28 points, but fade late season. Home crowds fuel, yet travel spikes even one-offs. LA round trip drains 48 hours. Portland's physicality foreshadows B2 BS. Valkyries press disrupts rhythm. Coaches love it. Momentum versus middling foes. National TV slots amplify. ESPN opener draws millions. Ticket prices soar, secondary market hot. Yet injury radar pings. Boston's rebound chases risk tweaks on Gainbridge boards. Clark's threes thrill but strain shoulders. Rivals like Minnesota links open softer. Two homes max fever faithful optimistic. Podcasts buzzing title favorites. History favors hot starts. 2020 Storm rode 6 homes to chip. But pitfalls lurk in that West Coast bookend. Those West Coast swings bookend aces revenge games July 5th and 12th. Ghosts of last year's 5-game semi-loss haunting. Aces stole it 3-2. Chelsea Gray's daggers. Wilson's dominance crushing fever hopes. July 5th home first. Crowd roars payback. Clark cooks from deep. Boston battles ire inside. Win there. Confidence surges. Then the swing. LA July 8th. Phoenix 9. Aces again July 12th home? No. The schedule flips at post. B2B. Point. Clustered West foes maximize misery. Travel. Vegas to LA flight. LA to Phoenix. Drive/fly. Back east. Dehydration. Heat. Altitude sap energy. Aces staff smirks. Their schedule mirrors but home heavy. Critics blast Commissioner Kathy Engelbert. Rising team gets punished? Indy Star columns echo. Fans tweet #schedule fix. Yet opportunity knocks. Sweep West. Own conference. 2025 semis taught poise under pressure. Clark's Game 5 22 points showed grit. Boston's 15 boards neutralized Wilson somewhat. Now healthier, they flip script. Becky Hammond preps counters, but Fever's pace wears vets. National eyes watch. ABC slot potential. Players motivate. Mitchell vows no repeat. Off-season film dissects Aces pick and rolls. This isn't victimhood, it's vendetta. Rivals plot similar, but Fever youth edges endurance. Fans sell out semis revenge watch parties. Lobo predicts breakout if they survive. Grind shapes contenders. Flip comes next. Fans fret over Clark's logo threes fading from overuse. Boston's paint battles turning punishing. Valid after 2025. Clark launched 10 attempts nightly. Efficiency dipped 8% late. Shoulder fatigue classic for volume shooters. Kobe managed it with yoga. She adds Pilates. Boston's post grind. 12 boards average. Bruises accumulate. Sky's Reese awaits doubles. Elbows flying. Critics note rivals coast. Sun 2B2BS max. Sparks easier road. Unfair for rebuild. Forums rage. Reddit threads hit 10K upvotes. Yet this gauntlet forges tougher paths. Storm needed 2020 grind for chip. Fever learns rotation. Rookies spell, vets pace. Conditioning camps simulate doubles. Treadmills, sprints. Nutrition revamp. Anti-inflammatory diets curb swelling. Mitchell mentors. We tougher now. Fans split. Half panic. Half hype battle tested. Memes flood. Clark robot arm versus Boston tank. Podcasts debate. Injury or opportunity. Data favors adapters. League MVPs average fewer minutes in B2BS, win more. Fever aims that. Rivals' easy slates breed complacency. Liberty road heavy but spaced. Indiana embraces fire. This builds dynasty DNA. Risk spotlight edge ahead. Flip the script. These risks spotlight their edge like never before. Boston bulked playmaking in 2025 playoffs, dishing 3 assists per game up from 1.8 regular. Vision grew. Kickouts to Mitchell. Lobs back to Clark. Kelsey hit 20-plus averages, 23.4 exactly, clutch threes burying aces. Clark returns hungrier post-layoff, off-season drills sharpening handles. No rust, scrimmages versus pros. Duo synergy, pick and pop lethal. Mitchell's off-ball cuts punish help. Depth shines, Cunningham's defense, Smith's speed. 2025 semis proved it, one without full Clark. Now complete, unstoppable. Coaches tweak, zone busters for B2BS. Analytics predict top, 3 offensive healthy. Rivals scramble. Aces extend Wilson. Liberty chase Stewart matchups. Fever's youth equals recovery speed. Nutritionists track sleep scores. Adjust travel. This isn't gamble. Calculated dominance. Hold aces tight. Buzzsaw vision unleashed. If they navigate unscathed, opponents face a buzzsaw. Picture Clark's step-back rhythm dismantling defenses on zero sleep. Logo money from elbow. Defenders lunging air. Boston cleaning glass amid chaos. Tip-ins at rim, outlet rockets starting break. High-stakes poker, Fever hold aces if health holds. Vivid, July 8th LA, Clark 30 points, Boston double-double despite legs gone. Phoenix collapses next. Crowd stunned. It's poetry in motion, chemistry telepathic. Rivals blink first. But that wasn't even the wildest quirk waiting. Tucked into this frenzy sits a golden window. WNBA shut down August 31st to September 16th. Straight for FIBA Women's World Cup in Berlin, Germany. September 4th to 13th at Mercedes-Benz Arena and Max Schmeling-Halle. Host Germany hungry since 98 bronze, crowd electric. USA chases 10th straight gold, Pool play versus Serbia, France. Fever wraps pre-break August 30-ish versus East foes. Resume September 17th home stretchers. Playoff September 27. Arenas pulse. Perfect sync rare. WNBA bends calendars sparingly. Clark, Boston seamless shift. No other league bends like this often. For Clark and Boston, club to country seamless. Resume post gold. Momentum tsunami. Rivals rest domestic. They conquer worlds. Schedule genius or luck. CBA enables it. Playoffs favor fresh legs. Fever enters rested sharp. Historical parallels. 2018 World Cup champs parlayed to WNBA runs. Berlin amplifies stakes. This pause isn't downtime. It's rocket fuel. Both hit December 2025 USA camp in Durham, rubbing shoulders with Paige Bucher's sharpshooter, Angel Reese rebound beast, Kelsey Plum vet poise. Insiders buzz. Fever chemistry translates national. Sue Bird, new managing director, eyes them locks. Leaks. Scrimmages dominate. Return post gold. Battle tested. Back-to-back number 1 picks don't happen by accident. Aliyah Boston first overall 2023 from South Carolina. Defensive Player of the Year, national champ with 16-2 record. Anchored Fever instantly, Roy runner-up. Caitlin Clark 2024 Iowa, Logo Queen, NCAA scoring record 3,951 points. Indiana Lottery luck from bad 2022, jackpot pair. Post force meets visionary guard. Pick and rolls deadly, lobs raining. From foes to family tracks wild. College, Iowa versus Gamecocks epic finals. Clark 41, Boston 13 boards. Tension simmered. Pros, weirdness fades. Boston, building over 2 years. Blood lit up, thrilled, Aliyah reaps passes. Clark fed feasts, screens open worlds. CBA tests maturity. Enter Sue Bird, the WNBA legend who just stepped into the role of USA basketball managing director, bringing her 5 Olympic golds and championship wisdom to the table. The December 2025 camp in Durham, North Carolina, running from November 30th to December 5th, marked her first big showcase, packed with scrimmages, film sessions, and high-intensity drills under closed doors. For Caitlin Clark, it was her first real hoops action post-layoff after that late 2025 shutdown. No college summer leagues or pickup to keep her sharp. Bird didn't hold back in her post-camp breakdown. Caitlin Clark had played basketball in a minute. Yeah, I thought she looked great. Here's a player that didn't get to play this summer. All in. Didn't play a lot of basketball really in the last year plus. So for this to be the first day back, she looked great. She spotlighted rhythm right away, noting that flawless step-back jumper in transition, fading baseline, logo range, pure swish that silenced the gym. Everyone saw it live in leaks. Defenders bit hard, net ripped. Conditioning caveat? Totally fair, Bird added. The things that are going to be hard is always the conditioning part. It's really hard to get in basketball shape without playing basketball. Science agrees. VO2 max drops 15% in off periods without game simulation. But Clark's raw IQ shone through, directing traffic like a vet. Then Bird turned to Aliyah Boston. What really stands out to me is Aliyah Boston. Aliyah Boston looks great right now. She looked great in USA camp. She's really, I think, found her game and just has a confidence about this is what I do, and I'm going to be great at these things. From her podcast, Bird dove into Boston's evolution, playmaking leaping from 1.8 to 3.5 assists in key stretches. No longer just post dominance, but vision kicking out to shooters or lobbing cutters. Insiders leaked camp vibes. Vets like Plum stunned by their pick-and-roll flow. Coaches scribbling notes on synergy. Bird's the gatekeeper. Her words basically lock rosters mentally, signaling Clark and Boston as must-haves for Berlin. This wasn't hype. It was witnesses confirming a new era duo ready to elevate Team USA. Vets nodded approval. Young guns pushed harder. Camp ended with buzz. Unprecedented connection on display. For the Fever, it meant their core translates global. No adjustments needed. Bird's praise echoed league-wide. Podcasts replaying clips non-stop. Rivals took note. This pair isn't learning curve material. Talent screams, preparation follows. But that fire traces back further, igniting something fierce. Bird's gatekeeper words lock rosters in the minds of selectors, turning camp standouts into certainties for the World Cup flight. Those leaked vibes from Durham painted synergy as unreal. Telepathic passes, Clark's vision finding Boston cuts before they happened, Vets stunned silent mid-scrimmage. For Clark, the extra layer burns from that 2024 Olympic snub. Youngest ever left off at 22, despite NCAA records and Fever hype, roster drama exploding with Vets prioritized over her flash. Media frenzy hit, headlines screamed injustice, fans rioted online, but Clark flipped it classy. I'm not disappointed. It gives you something to work for. Interviews post-announcement showed steel, rooting hard for them. For years from now, I'll be there. That fire? It's roaring now into 2026. No Olympics overlap. Perfect redemption stage in Berlin. Rivals turned ride or dies captures their arc perfectly. Boston shared on broadcasts. It's always so weird when you play against someone, and then you are on the same team, and building that relationship. But I think just over the past 2 years, it's been amazing from the first time she got to Indy, and us just building that relationship on the court and off. Confidence exchange runs deep. She gives it, gets it back, pushing daily. Bludder, Clark's Iowa coach, got emotional on the Iowa-Maryland broadcast with Boston beside her. I just always want to be in her camp and support her. I have so much admiration for her, for what she has really not only just accomplished, but what she's handled in her young 24 years of life. I told her today, your 20s have been pretty good to you. Choked up, pure mentor pride. Birthday tributes seal it. Boston's heartfelt Instagram post for Clark's January bash. Cunningham snapping cafe hangs. Off-court fuels on-court magic. No egos, mutual grind. Pre-game ritual? Quick hugs in tunnel. Affirmations whispered. We got this. Feed me. Firing engines pre-tip. Lisa Bludder predicted the explosion way back. I was thrilled when Clark joined Indiana. Aliyah's gonna reap a lot of those passes down the court and be fed the ball. Visionary. Now reality, with Clark's dishes turning Boston dunks. From college finals foes, Iowa's 41-point Clark versus Gamecocks board queen, to pros, weirdness vanished fast into unbreakable trust. This bond isn't fragile. It's the secret weapon scaling from Gainbridge to global. Depth like this wins titles. Health caveats loom next, but stars align bright. Health rules everything in this high-wire act. No shortcuts around tweaks or fatigue bombs. Fever coaches map load management tight. Clark capped at 32 minutes in B2 BS. Boston rotated with bigs like Cunningham to save fouls and legs. Off-season tweaks shine. Clark's Pilates for core stability. Boston's plyometrics for explosive boards without strain. Nutrition overhauls hit. Anti-inflammatory meals, cryotherapy post-travel, sleep pods on flights. Stars align perfectly. Camp chemistry forged in Durham scrimmages. Schedule quirks like that World Cup break turning grind into gain. Double run, gold in Berlin then WNBA playoffs. Hits rare air historically. Think 2018, World Cup champs like Sue Bird herself parlayed international edge into domestic pushes, though full sweeps elude most. Playoffs kick September 27th, best of 3 first round. Fever entering fresh off September 17th resume games. Berlin glory fueling fire. Rivals like Aces loom with Wilson extensions, Liberty defending Stewart Ionescu, but Clark-Boston duo shifts odds dramatically. Analytics project top seed potential if 80% healthy. Grind awaits brutal. Back-to-backs brutalize bodies. Nightly must-wins against plotted counters. No walking to rings. Chicago's Reese physicality. Seattle's Lloyd range test depths. Yet potential dazzles blinding. Gold medalists return September 17th. Chemistry global proven in Mercedes-Benz arena sellouts. Straight into playoff whispers turning roars. Clark's redemption fire meets Boston's poised evolution. Playmaking Bird raved about dominating FIBA zones. They're not chasing history. They architect eras, etching names beside legends like Taurasi Bird. Fever faithful, the fall awaits epic. World Cup golds around necks. Then Gainbridge playoff storms? Unmatched. What's your bold prediction? Semi-sweep, finals MVP duo, first chip since 17. Drop it in comments below right now. Let's debate. If you're all in on this Fever takeover like me, smash like, subscribe for every WNBA bombshell, and hit that notification bell. Next drop unpacks Rivals Panic. Don't miss it. Their stories just heating up into legend territory.